Messi just said no to 500 million euros. Yeah, Lionel Messi was offered 1.5 billion euro to play in Saudi Arabia. That's 500 million euros per year. He would have made more than Ronaldo, Neymar, and Benzema combined. But he said no. He turned down what's probably the biggest contract offer in the history of the sport. And instead, he packed his bags for Miami. Yup, Inter Miami in the MLS. Now, that left the football world scratching its head like, hold up, did Messi really just walk away from $1.5 billion? And it definitely wasn't for the reason most people think. So what really happened? Well, if you're as shocked as we are, then hit that like button because Messi didn't just make a football decision. He made a life move, and we're going to get the full story today. So let's rewind for a second and see how we even got here. At the time, Messi had just finished his run with PSG. His contract had expired, and he was officially a free agent, which meant he had the freedom to go anywhere he wanted. Now obviously the whole world was watching. Barcelona fans were hoping for a reunion, and honestly Messi wanted that too. But the sad truth is, Barca couldn't pull it off. Their finances were a mess, and because of La Liga's strict financial rules, they couldn't make the numbers work. That's when Saudi Arabia stepped in with a move that shocked everyone. Al Hilal came with a record-breaking offer, 1.5 billion euros for 3 years. It was wild. They wanted to pair Messi with some of the biggest names already in the Saudi Pro League, like Ronaldo and Benzema. But while that massive deal was making headlines, another club was moving quietly. Inter Miami. No billion-euro offers, no over-the-top pitch, just something that felt different, something that actually made sense for Messi beyond football. Moving forward, if you're enjoying watching this video so far, go ahead and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us keep bringing more content like this to you. Alright, let's show you just how insane that Saudi offer really was. The Saudi offer was really on another level. Al Hilal offered Messi a 1.5 billion euro contract over 3 years. That's 500 million euro every year. Just to put that into perspective, it's 4 times more than what Cristiano Ronaldo is making in Saudi Arabia. And even when you combine the salaries of Neymar, Ronaldo, and Benzema, Messi still would have topped all of them. It was the kind of deal that sounded almost unreal. Imagine that, €500 million, just for 1 season of football. Not to mention all the perks and bonuses that probably came with it. It would have made him the richest footballer in history, no question. But for Saudi Arabia, this offer was about more than just money. They're not just trying to build a league, they're building a global brand, hosting huge events like F1, boxing, WWE, and now stacking their football league with some of the biggest stars in the game. Ronaldo, Benzema, Neymar, and they wanted Messi to be the crown jewel. So yeah, they went all in. But still, Messi said no. Now here's where things start to make sense because for Messi, this wasn't just about football. After 2 rough years in Paris, he and his family were done with the chaos. That chapter didn't bring the happiness they were hoping for. In fact, Messi himself said he was personally unhappy, and that it was a rough time for both him and Antonella. They had trouble adjusting to the lifestyle, the constant pressure, the spotlight. It just wasn't working. So when Saudi Arabia came calling, yeah, the money was crazy, but the idea of uprooting his wife and kids again, and moving them to a completely different culture, just didn't feel right. That kind of move might have been good for his bank account, but not for his family's peace. Instead, Messi looked at Miami and saw something different. A place where life could finally slow down. Warm weather, beaches, a big Argentinian community, and most importantly, a sense of stability. It didn't feel like a business move. It felt like a real-life move. Did you turn down billions for your family's happiness? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear what you do in this situation. Anyway, this move to Miami wasn't just about family. It was also smart. Like, really smart. Messi didn't just say no to 1.5 billion euro and walk away with nothing. What he did instead was set himself up for something way bigger in the long run. Let's start with Apple. You might not know this, but Apple signed a 10-year, $2.5 billion deal with MLS. And here's where it gets interesting. Part of Messi's agreement includes a cut from every new Apple TV subscriber who signs up to watch MLS after joining. That passive income has a massive scale. Not just a one lump payment, but earnings that grow over time as more fans tune in. Then there's Adidas. Messi's been with them forever. A lifetime deal that already pays him $25 million a year. But with his move to MLS, that deal got a serious upgrade. Now he's also getting a percentage of any sales boost in Adidas products related to his arrival. Jersey, shoes, merch. If it sells, profits. Let's not forget the big one, club ownership. According to reports, Messi has been given the opportunity to buy a stake in a future MLS club, possibly Las Vegas Lights FC. It's a move similar to what David Beckham pulled off back in 2008. Beckham bought Inter Miami for just $25 million. Today, that club is valued at around $800 million. And with Messi in the picture, that number is expected to hit $1.5 billion. Crazy, right? So yeah, Messi didn't take the upfront cash. He took the long game, a slower build, but potentially an even bigger payoff. He's not just playing football in the US, he's building a business empire. And beyond the money and the smart deals, there's something even deeper behind Messi's move to Miami: legacy. This isn't just about where he's playing, it's about what he's building. By joining MLS, Messi is doing something bigger than scoring goals. He's helping grow football in a country where the sport is still catching on. And he's not just showing up, he's turning heads. Since he landed in Miami, fans are packing stadiums. People are watching MLS who never cared before. And football or soccer, as they call it in the US, is suddenly a thing. Just like Beckham raised the profile of American soccer when he came into LA Galaxy, Messi is now taking that torch and pushing it even further. But this time, it's not just about visibility. It's about building something that lasts. He's shaping football history in the US. And the best part is that he's doing it on his own terms. Less pressure, more freedom, and more control over his career, his brand, and his time. No more European drama. No more media storms like in Paris. Just football, business, and family. In one of the chillest places he could have picked. So overall, joining Beckham's club didn't just add headlines, it added value. To MLS, to Inter Miami, and to Messi's name as someone who's not just part of the game, but shaping where it's going. Now before we wrap up this part of the story, let's clear up one common misunderstanding. Just because Messi turned down Al Hilal's offer doesn't mean he completely walked away from Saudi Arabia. In fact, he's still involved with the country. Messi has an ongoing $25 million deal with Saudi Arabia's tourism authority. He's one of their official ambassadors. That means he does all kinds of promotions, from social media posts to tourism campaigns to charity appearances. You might have seen those photos where he's chilling under a tree or petting a horse. Yeah, those are part of the deal. So no, this wasn't about rejecting the country or making some big political statement. It was about how he wanted to live. For Messi, it came down to lifestyle, family comfort, not ethics or headlines. He's still working with Saudi Arabia, but when it came to where he wanted to play, where he wanted his kids to grow up, and how he wanted to spin this next chapter, Miami just made more sense. So when you put all of this together, what does it really say about Messi? It shows that he's done chasing headlines. He's not out here trying to prove anything to anyone. He's already done it all. Club titles, Champions Leagues, and Copa America, and of course the World Cup. That final missing piece, he got it. He completed the story. Now it's about peace, joy, and living life on his terms. No more pressure-packed seasons in Europe. No more endless media noise. Messi said it himself. He wants to step away from the spotlight and focus more on his family. After those tough years in Paris, this was a chance to breathe again, to enjoy the day-to-day, to be a dad, a husband, a human, not just a football machine. This wasn't a football decision, it was a life decision. And honestly, it takes guts to walk away from 1.5 billion euros and choose what truly matters. But that's where Messi is right now. That says a lot more about him than any stat or trophy ever could. So what happened after Messi made his decision? Well, let's just say Al Hilal and the Saudi officials were stunned. They didn't expect to know. They pulled out all the stops, offered the biggest contract in football history, and still got turned down. Reports say they were shocked and disappointed, even warning that this offer wouldn't be the same if Messi ever changed his mind down the road. Over in Barcelona, the reaction was totally different. Fans were heartbroken. Everyone wanted to see him come home, but they understood. Messi had been through a rough exit before. and Barca just couldn't make it work financially. It wasn't personal, it was just impossible. Meanwhile, in the US, things went wild. MLS exploded with hype. Messi's move to Inter Miami instantly made the club the center of football attention. Stadiums packed, jersey sales skyrocketed, and suddenly American soccer wasn't a joke, it was buzzing. So now the big question, was it the right move? Did Messi make the right call by turning down 1.5 billion euros to chase peace, legacy, and time with his family? Would you walk away from insane money if it meant choosing happiness? Because that's what this story really comes down to. Knowing when to stop chasing what looks big, and instead choosing what feels right. Messi had nothing left to prove. He picked joy over pressure, future over instant cash, and family over fame. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Do you respect the decision? Smash that like button if you think Messi made the right call, and subscribe if you want more videos like this. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next video.